Greetings, Tri-Cities family. Have you ever had a time where you didn't care what you thought? We'll talk about it in just a second. Greetings, Bulldog family. Good to see you once again at Simms Corner. And today, I want you to think about something that perhaps you haven't thought about before. And I threw the question out, and I want to throw it out again in our introduction. Have you ever had a time where you didn't care what you thought? Mr. Simms, what are you talking about? Well, let me try to explain. Here we are at the school, and there are just certain things that belong, certain things that do not belong. Certain things are necessary, certain things that are unnecessary. I'll give you a good example. Some people feel like it's okay to be late to class. No big deal, okay? But that is a rule of the school. And because it is a rule of the school, I'll be honest with you, I don't care what you think about being late to class. All I know is I need you to be on time to class. Another example, and this is more in the classroom because I know some of you are in some classes, and one thing we've struggled with is some students working to complete each and every assignment. Now, I trust that every teacher in the building is putting together activities, assignments, and the like that are designed to get you ready for the next level. So I'm of the persuasion that if I am given an assignment, or if you are given an assignment, then you complete that assignment. However, we have some kids who think that it's okay to do some assignments, okay not to do some assignments, okay to give 50% on one test and maybe give 100% on another test. Those kind of thought processes, those are the kind of thoughts. Really? I just needed a moment of silence on that one because there's just some times that I'm noticing that we think some things that really have nothing to do with the end goal. Now, I want to show you the end goal. If we can zoom the camera up there, that's one of the end goals. Take the camera all the way up here, and that represents part of the end goal. That is graduation. I want to make sure that all of you are clear as we bring the camera back down on what is most important to me and what ought to be most important to you. And that is doing everything you need to do to graduate. And when I say graduate, that means to graduate and then be able to go out into this world and do something great. So here's my point today. We have to be very careful about our thoughts as it relates to things that are irrelevant to the cause. When we entertain our thoughts and we allow our thoughts to control our actions that have nothing to do with graduation, that is when we start making mistakes. Dealt with a kid today, and he told me he didn't follow a teacher's directions because he doesn't like the teacher. I could care less whether or not he likes the teacher. And I asked him deeper, what is it about? I just don't like the teacher. So he's decided in his mind just to not do what this teacher has said to do. Now, in the end, you tell me who's going to win and who's going to lose. First of all, nobody's going to win and everybody's going to lose as it relates to that. There are some times when I come into this building, and there are some thoughts that I have about certain things, but at the end of the day, guess what? My thoughts have nothing to do with helping you to graduate. I think it's crazy. I think it's absolutely crazy that I have to actually deal with some kids who want to come every single day and do the wrong thing. Okay, guess what? I still have to do right by those kids, which is why I muster up the energy, the patience, and the effort to do all that I can to make it happen for these particular kids. So I want everybody to take a moment this week, and I want you to look at all of your thoughts. Look at those thoughts that have something to do with something meaningful, and look at those thoughts that have nothing to do with anything related to graduation. And these are the ones you need to throw out the door when you walk into this building. And I promise you, if you clear your mind of those particular thoughts, you're going to find more room in your brain to do those things you need to do, and then we'll all turn around and be successful in the end. So I want everybody to focus on your thoughts more than you ever have, especially as we get ready to go into the month of March. We're getting closer to the graduation test for some juniors, getting closer to graduation, getting closer to the end of course tests. And every single day essentially is a day that's designed for learning. And we need to clear up as much brain space as possible to make that happen. And this is one way you can make that happen. So I want you to try it and tell me how it goes. So until next week, let's take a good focus along that line. And I hope that you continue to do your best in each and every class. We need that from you, and it's going to be exactly what happens as it relates to changing the world. That's going to help us to change the world. So until next time, don't forget, if you haven't done so, subscribe to Simms Corner so you can continue to receive these messages. And as always, God bless you, and I love you more than you know.